Welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. My name is Mark, and it is a beautiful sunny day. A lot warmer than it was only a week ago when we were hitting wind chills of minus 50 and below. Today it's minus 3. It's supposed to be plus 6 degrees Celsius on Monday. So we're gonna head out, and Tara just headed out to clean the barn out. Gonna go out and help her out with that. I want to get rid of some of that humidity that's out there because of the hay and over the winter, just the buildup. Now something we did a few weeks ago, if not I think it was 2 weeks ago, is we put this out because there were tracks heading in, and we think this is Dale the squirrel. Now there's been no activity. We did put some food here in this little container, but we don't see any traffic that's happened around here. So we'll leave that for the time being and see if anything else happens. So it's 4 weeks tomorrow, or today when you're watching the video when I release it, until spring actually arrives. But the way we're going now and warming up, hopefully that'll happen a little sooner. So we're going to go and head out and do some spring cleaning. All right, into the barn, and of course Shanzy always looking in the window. Shanzy, it is not time for dinner yet. All right, so Tara's got the wheelbarrow in here, and she's got a load already ready. Now the doorway fits, so whenever you're getting any kind of equipment like wheelbarrows or this here, which works really well because it's a four-wheeled cart, you want to make sure that it'll fit through the door. So this is a nice wide, I believe it's a 36-inch door, and this cart fits nicely in there. So she's already started with the chickens, and we want to get this moisture out of here. Now that it's starting to warm up, we've got our exhaust fan back there running continuously now, just drawing out that humidity. But of course there's a lot of moisture that's stuck in here. Hey guys, we got our crew of roosters and ducks, or duck, and rabbit. Everybody just kind of mixed into this one area here. So we're gonna clean out their pen and give them some dry material. And of course Sheldon going round and round here. Hi bud. Always on the move. Now he's not like this all the time. It's only when we're out here. So we do have cameras set up throughout the building and the yard. And we do keep an eye on things. And once nobody's out here, then he kind of settles down. But he's always moving. Our guinea, Keats, and Mama Hen here. And then of course Fernando, you're going to be able to go outside soon. You're going to enjoy that, I think. And then Moira and Onyx. So there is the exhaust fan set up there. That is exhausting the humid air as we clean up the material. And of course the duck area as well can get pretty humid and compacted with moisture and feed.
And we use healthy straw.
Yeah, farm straw, healthy straw. These here we're going to take outside right away as well. These are the Christmas trees, I think, from last year. And we'll put some new ones in. It's just nice to have some Christmas trees or some pine spruce trees in here. Oh, look at that. Going to be some scratching going on, checking for food, and there's not going to be any. You guys are already out here rooting through the material. Here. Look out. Good, bud. Look out. Sheep. Come on. Out of the way. Out of the way. All right. Thank you. So it's now the next day. It's beautiful. I even changed my jacket to a lighter one. We did put the ducks out in this area here, and Tara is just going to give them some grains. Do you want to help? Oh, you're just going to throw it in? Okay. So some grains put in there. It seeds grass, so whatever they don't eat, it will get into the ground, and of course we'll get some grass growing in there. Plus the wild birds, they'll be able to get in and get some grub as well. And so we put them out into this area. There's no point in putting them further out into the main animal area because of course the pond isn't quite melted yet, and probably won't be for a while. And these guys want some grains, obviously. There's a few little morsels that fell down. So you will notice here that one of the Chinese geese are missing. So we have the one there, and what had happened was it was probably about a week ago now. Gudd, which was the male Chinese goose, he had passed away during the night. So they usually live 10, 15 years. We've had these geese probably for, I would say, about 5 years we've had the Chinese, Tara? Yeah. Probably somewhere in that neighborhood. And they were full adults when we got them. When the three of them came in together, they were at a property where they were malnutrition. They weren't being taken care of. They were named after the woman that put us in touch with the geese. Instead of going and rescuing them, we ended up buying them to kind of keep the peace between neighbors. So it was a neighbor that had noticed that these geese were in rough shape. So Tara went and contacted the guy and said, you know, we'll give you $100 for these geese. And he was like, yep, take them away. So we managed to bring them in without any problems. Now, Jan, which was the one female, we lost her last spring when the coyotes came around. And then Gudd, we lost just this past week. Probably, you know, the cold probably didn't help too much, but age was likely a factor as well. So we are left with Ard, which is the last female, and she's hanging out. Where is she?
There. One on the end.
Oh yeah, there she is. So she's on the far side there. So she's hanging out with the Czech geese. You can see the bump on the nose. That's the Chinese goose. So they're outside enjoying the weather. Like I said, we don't want to bring them out into the main area because we are going to want to shoo them back into the building, and we don't want them to disperse across the property. Oh, Turbo! Everybody's having fun rummaging through the hay that we brought out of the building yesterday, and this is where usually the pigs hang out most of the time. So Piper's here. Petey is obviously inside, or where is he? Oh no, he's over here. Tara threw some grains out here. Most of them were already out. I did throw these old Christmas trees out here. It looks like they've been chewed down quite a bit. We took the other ones and put them out front because we didn't want them to have too much, since the girls are pregnant. But Tara had noticed something the other day with Blackie. So Blackie is usually huge. She is, you know, she's got some bulge on her. So the way you look at it is left as lunch. So on the left side, that's where their stomach is. And then on the right side is where they carry. She does look slightly bulgy. She might only have one, but yeah, usually she's huge. We've only got maybe about a month to go before we are expecting.
Sorry, Shanty.
The alpaca were funny in the little montage I did with the cleanup. It was I didn't notice it when I was actually moving the material out, but Marley and Shanzy seem to be having a good time. But spring is getting close.
Yeah, now we'll gradually feed them more and more out.
Yeah, 0 degrees outside today. It's supposed to be +5 or +6 tomorrow. So inside the shelter, where there's no animals currently because they're all outside, we have poop piles. These are the alpaca poop piles. They tend to poop in the same spot. There's one there. And there's a mound here as well. So this stuff is great for gardens, as is rabbit poop. So what we'll do is we'll bag that stuff up or put it in a container. What Tara's done in the past is she has contacted people for their gardens, and they come out with containers and they'll harvest some and then put it out in their garden. So this area here likely won't get cleaned out until probably June, when things start to defrost, when the ground's not frozen. And the same with the bird area. So we'll let the birds out, once the warm weather is upon us and we're not planning on locking them back up. We'll bring them all out, and then we'll wait until June to do that cleanup.
Once temperatures are above -10, then the ducks and geese will come out, the pond will start melting, they'll help.
Well, and the Muscovies that are inside as well,
Can come out.
they can come out.
And then they don't need the buildings. They don't go back in the buildings until fall. So I have actually all summer to clean them out.
Yeah, and we're planning on doing some expansions over there.
Yeah.
Because these Muscovies that are inside the building, they came in over the winter. Most of them did. So we want to get them out. If we've still got a bunch of birds in the fall, then we want to get them all into that area, and of course we want to enlarge it a little bit.
Yeah.
We do have plans for expanding that out there.
Yeah.
So inside the building, everything is nice and clean and dry. So the chickens and the ducks have some new material, as you saw from that montage. We cleaned all that out. These were the toughest areas, especially the duck area, because it can get pretty compacted. So these areas in here with Onyx and Moira, and of course Pluto that's over there.
Well, we've got the end of March, the mama goats have to come in. So pretty much I want to have it all cleaned out and ready to go for mid-March, just in case there's an early bird.
Yeah, so we'll clean that out. That'll be
these.
likely during the week. It's supposed to be nice and warm Monday. Sheldon, you're just waiting, aren't you? You're waiting for that spring to happen.
Sheldon! Come, Sheldon! Come to Mom! Hi, Sheldon! You're a good boy. You're such a good boy.
Always excited to see people.
Such a good boy.
And then of course Fernando. Hey bud?
Yeah, he can go out when it's -10 too.
Once we get once the weather warms up and we let all the ducks out, and we will let Fernando out as well. Now, something we did yesterday is we put the 3 guinea keats and little mama hen in here, as well as we put Billy in as well.
Yeah, because he's
Billy's the only boy. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, he's like. Look, he gouged my leg the other day so bad.
Oh.
He's a little sweetheart. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, now he's the only rooster in there. So he's like, these are my girls.
That'll be make for some funky babies.
Yeah. Now the guinea, the keats, it looks like there's one over there.
One here.
And yeah.
Oh, he's got a little bit of a limp. Whoop! Leave her alone.
Yeah. So what they did is they jumped up in the tree. I noticed there was one in the tree there. So, and then Cinnamon. Where is Cinnamon at? Oh, Cinnamon's right here. Hi, Cinnamon.
The good girl.
So she was the one that came in very rough shape. What was that? A month ago? Month and a half ago? And so she has come a long way. So now she's doing pretty good. Aren't you, girl?
The reason we added everybody today was you want to add, because all the chaos of cleaning the pen, regrouping, I blocked off the wall. You want to do it all at once so that everything's different. Not just, you can't just add a chicken because it'll get picked on. You want to do everything, a bunch of different things so that they mix up the whole hierarchy and they have to rework the whole thing.
So that is there. So then we've got Henry.
Yeah,
Henry and Scooby and Mitty.
Pluto's
Oh, there's
in here too.
there's Mitty. Yeah. Yeah, Pluto comes and hangs out in here too. So now we've got the 3 of these guys. This pen will get cleaned out as well as the other ones during the week. And we'll be ready for spring babies.
Well, then I'll vacuum, get all the cobwebs out, vacuum, get everything, you know, like all the cobwebs, and just sweep it and vacuum the whole thing.
A couple years ago we did paint this, and you can kind of see a glisten here. We had some moisture build up. It was across the entire wall, or ceiling, and walls. Now there's just a little bit of moisture, but having that painted and sealed, the moisture's not going to soak into the wood. So I think we've dried out pretty good now in here.
The outer wall is all a secondary wall. So like this is all a secondary wall to protect the actual wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we put goats in, especially some of the rough boys, when they whack on this, it's you know, 2x10s, 2x12s, 2x12s, I think it is.
Which they'll go through the particle board, but they won't.
Oh, easily, yeah. So we've lined all of the pens with this,
or a horse kick,
and the inside as well. Yeah, we sometimes have ponies in here. Got a couple extra boards kind of up there in storage, but all of these pens are lined with that wood.
They're all chatting
Yeah,
up.
looks like all the Muscovies are inside the building, or most of them anyway. And we just put some water out here so they can have their fill and probably do some bathing.
Right? Yeah.
Usually that's how the Muscovies bathe. They
wait for it. His wings will start going.
Yeah. They stick their head in and then they think they're completely submerged. We found that Muscovy, especially the males, don't really go into the water too much. They basically just do that. Yeah, so there they are. So we'll leave them out here tonight, and we'll see how the weather goes for the next little while. And then once it gets, because it is supposed to get cool again, one last final shot.
Oh, here he goes.
Hey, don't hit me!
Oh, yeah. There he goes.
You have a bath, Sam.
You're not wet. Now all the ducks are coming over.
They get in it. They'll get right in it. It's, I don't know how they, here they come, look at them.
Yeah. It's like, we hear that there's water.
Oh, he almost
Is he gonna climb
Yeah,
in?
he almost looked like he was going to.
There we go. Now everybody's in there. Oh, there. Oh, yeah. Get all clean.
He's got like icicles on his head.
Yeah, time for that spring cleaning.
Yeah. Watch these guys though. Who's going to be the first one to get in?
Yeah.
So there's the Cleaver gang is right up front. And Kona's and then the Rowans.
the geese are eating snow.
Well, that's okay. They'll look at okay. Oh, there she goes.
And we got one in. How are the ponies doing?
Fluffy.
Fluffy, yeah. They're gonna start to once it warms up, they're just gonna start to shed off that fluffiness,
Lots of
that winter
brushing.
coat. Yeah, so. Yeah,
Well, the
doing
boys
good.
will come back up. Carl and Bill.
Yeah, so they'll come up and we'll have to see how they do, because this little boy here, Levi, he's a little territorial, especially around food. He's a sweetheart, but he
Well, he knows Carl and Billy though.
he does, yeah. It'll take a little bit, but they'll settle back in. Right, bud? Hey, Tara, that's a nice shirt you have there. Where'd you get that from?
Thank you. I got it from FCustom's Jerseys.
10 Acre Woods and Head Mama, number
one.
one Head Mama. So that brings us to the sponsor of this video, which is FCustom. They make jerseys for both men and women, and they make them for football and baseball, basketball, and they even make hoodies. So they contacted us, and Tara went online and designed her own jersey, of course the head mama, #1 head mama, and they shipped that out. So it's a really good quality. It's a nice, light, breathable material, and FCustom is offering 10% to all of our viewers. So if you're interested in a jersey, now that sports teams and everything are opening back up, and hopefully there will be lots of sports going on this spring, you can get your own custom jersey, and it doesn't even have to be for sports. You know, Tara has her head mama one. You can customize it however you like. So checking in on all of our cats. This is Lucifer's favorite spot. Hi, buddy. They all seem to have their own favorite spot. Usually it's right on this area here for him. Rhea loves her little cubby. She's a shy one, and she likes to be kind of closed in and comfy. Then we have, well, Maggie. You're not a cat. Toby and Atlas are outside. Maggie just didn't want to go out because it's too cold for her. And who do we have here? This looks like Nyx. Nyx has been with us the longest. She is the queen, I guess we could say, or the princess. And this bed here seems to be getting its use from quite a few of them. Hey? Yeah. Then we have Inara up here. This is another favorite spot, and usually Inara will like hanging out up there. And then Coda, which I did see Coda at one point. What are you doing? You don't eat hay.
It smells like sugar.
Tara is just, well, acting silly. And she...
It smells so good.
Does it?
Yes.
It's hay.
He's good.
So she's just making something up for little Poopits the rabbit.
I'm planning my plant-based diet.
Yeah. The last cat is Coda, and this is Coda's favorite spot here. He is a basket baby. Coda, hey. Coda, I see your ear twitch. Hi, buddy. Are you sleeping? Oh, did I disturb you? Okay, we'll leave you alone. All right, so let's go give Poopits her little hay bundle. Now, of course, we keep Poopits in here because of all the cats and dogs.
Look, she's on it. Watch. Poopits! Poopits! Look, Poopits, I got new hay. Poopits.
I think she's sleeping in her little house.
Poopits.
She has her little wood chew bridge here, and then she's got her house with a hole cut in it. And she is potty trained, so she's got her little potty training, or litter box, I guess you call it. And what we're using is wood pellets.
Watch this, I'll knock on the door.
Hello?
Poopits, are you home? Poopits.
Oh, there we
Hey,
go.
Poopits. Hey, Poopits. Oops, sorry. Look,
Scared
I got
her.
you new hay. Oh,
Oh,
see?
there we go.
She smells it.
So she'll remain in here, of course, until it warms up. She is an inside rabbit. She's fully potty trained and used to the inside. So we have been looking for a few people to, or with a few people, to adopt her out.
Just hasn't worked out?
It hasn't worked out for a few different reasons, and one of them is, allergies. People have allergies, or spouses with allergies. So she'll remain here until we find the perfect match for her. So that brings us to our latest addition, which is Tyr. So Tyr has been hanging out down in the basement here, in our basement bathroom. Oh, there he is. Yeah, buddy. So Tyr has been getting better. Yeah. He's been a little bit more active. We've been coming in and spending a little bit more time with him. Yeah. It's going to take some time, isn't it, buddy? Yeah. So what we've thought about doing is introducing the cats to him. Because I think it's mainly the humans that he doesn't particularly care for. So he's been with us now, oh, it's been almost a month, I believe. Between 3 weeks and a month. And he's slowly, let's see if I can reach over here and turn on the light. There you go, buddy. Yeah. But he was hanging out whenever we came in. He would go back behind the toilet, or he would go underneath this shelf here. So he has been coming out a little bit. Tiana's been coming down and checking in on him. And it's going to take some time. But in introducing him with the other cats, they have been meowing at the door. So what we thought about doing is actually taking the door off and then putting a screen on the door. The dogs aren't allowed downstairs, so they usually are not. Maggie sometimes sneaks down, but having the cats so that they can kind of be there and they can see each other. Hey, bud? Yeah. You had a tough one, didn't you? Yeah. You're safe now. Well, that is it for yet another video. I hope you found it entertaining and useful. And if you'd like to see the video from last week where it was 50 degrees colder Celsius, you can click up here on that video. And until next week, have a wonderful one, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.